khóa tu dành cho giới tiếp hiện và kỷ niệm 40 năm thành lập làng Mai tại Bordeaux, Pháp vào tháng 6 năm 2022. Nhóm chúng tôi có cơ hội gặp và trò chuyện cùng một cô gái trẻ, rất trẻ, người Hà Lan, mặc bộ áo nâu, đội nón lá Việt Nam thật ấn tượng. Cô tên là Leon, 24 tuổi, đang xin tập sự xuất gia. Câu chuyện của cô khá ấn tượng vì cô từng bị trầm cảm, đã thực tập theo pháp môn làng Mai để tự chữa lành cho mình.
So my name is Liam. I'm from the Netherlands, and I have been
Which part of the Netherlands?
from the north, from Groningen.
I know Groningen.
We already have one brother from Groningen. He's now in Thailand. So before I came here, I did research. I was a PhD student, and it's actually interesting because the same kind of aspiration why I'm here is why I did my research, because I've been depressed for a long time when I was younger, and then I wanted to help people who also suffer in this way, and I did not have any kind of spiritual practice in my family. Is kind of not religious at all. So I wanted to help, so I went into research to develop better medicine, to take the Western medicine, to help people who are depressed, because the medicine, it doesn't work for many people. But then, as I met the practice, I realized that, Western psychiatry, they think they have a lot to say about human suffering, but it's a very young science, very young. So maybe in the 60s or 70s they started. And then they do not really listen to the wisdom of the spiritual teachers and the social workers, the psychologists, the other people that know also a lot. And then I saw that the research I was doing is not so practical. It's not does not help anybody in the here and now. So I saw that if I want to help more people to deal with their suffering and their depression, then this is a better place for me to go. Because here many people come and they bring their suffering, and then I can, together with the Sangha, we can really help them transform and to get better. So this is why I'm here. It's the same aspiration, but just a different form.
Actually, can you share with us, the suffering you have experienced before? What kind of suffering? Why is so? This become the depressing? Is it you have the depressed long time? And what kind of the depressed? Why you have that depressed? And how when you come here, why you think that you find out the way that you can, fix the depressed and also help other people in, to be released from that suffering? And how you transfer that from the depressed situation to now, kind of normal and better health,
Yeah. So I was depressed from when I was about 14 until I was about 20. I'm now 31. And this was because I felt misunderstood a lot. I was very lonely as a child, and I felt like there was always expectations of society that I could not meet. And when I had problems interacting with other people, I thought is because I am somehow wrong. So I started really to have a deep hatred towards myself. I really I thought if only I can be more beautiful or smarter or more kind, then I will not feel so depressed. So I tried that for a long time to be a different person, to be somehow more acceptable, so that people would love me. But of course, you cannot change who you are, right? It's not possible. So so I had therapy, and that in the therapy I learned eventually the problem is not that I am ugly and stupid and all these things. The problem is that I have the thought I am ugly, and the thought is the problem. The depressive thinking and the feeling of self-hatred is the problem that I want to transform. So by then I hadn't met the practice yet, but I wish somebody had taught me about the practice earlier, because I...
Have you practiced sometime during 3 months of the aspirant? So far, did you do any practice yet?
Yeah. I did practice. I have been practicing since 2019. 19, so that is
2019, so
3 years. Yeah. So I did transform some things through conventional therapy, but it's only when I met the practice that I really could connect with my inner child, and I could really learn to be there for myself, and just to say to myself like, oh, okay, I'm here for you, I love you, and even if outside there is nobody else, then at least I love myself. I can give myself the love and the understanding and the compassion that I need, and I don't need to get it from other people. So this is something that I really learned through the practice, and to really cultivate unconditional love and acceptance for myself first. So then it starts to matter less and less what other people think, their perceptions or their feelings towards me, or like, of course I want to cultivate loving relationship, but if somebody is thinking like I'm a bad person and they don't understand me, then sometimes I suffer, but also it's okay, because I can go back to myself and I can say, well, it's okay, because at least there's one person that will always be there for me and that will always understand me, and it's me. So this is something so powerful that I didn't know outside Plum Village, like outside of the practice. Not even, all the therapy I had for maybe 5 years or something, therapy outside, it didn't teach me that. So the practice really took my, like, it's a different level of self-compassion and love and joy and true happiness that you cannot find, that I cannot find outside.
Her question is, you understand that inside you have a 5-year-old kid, the child, and you kind of you love them, and it love you or something like that. So what make you find out that? Because for example, when somebody will read a book or they listen to a Dharma talk, and they find out that that thing. But in your case, what makes you find out that, and that makes you don't expect from outside, and you know that inside you there is a person who always loves you and what make you something like that. And the second question is, during the past 3 years when you do your aspiration here, so what kind of method you apply? Like you get a meditation, sitting meditation, or walking meditation, or what kind of meditation you choose? The method in meditation you have chosen, so that you find out the inner inner people in yourself. Yeah. You understand? Two questions. Huh?
Yeah, so I've been practicing with my local sangha for 3 years, and I've been an aspirant since 3 months, or maybe 4 by now.
I see. So practicing in local.
In local sangha. Yeah. I also did a lot of facilitating, also online in the pandemic.
So local sangha also from the Thai.
Wake up sangha.
Method.
Wake up sangha, and also all ages. So I think it was a gradual process for me to really learn to love myself. I realized after my therapy that this is what I need to learn, but I did not always have the tools. So I began with doing a lot of loving kindness, metta meditation. Also sending love to myself, sending love to other people. And just reading a lot of Thai books. And also I read, I think it's called Flowers in the Dark.
What is that?
It's one of the books of one of the sisters from the US. I don't know, or she's in the US now. I don't know, Sister D. I don't know, Sister Dangnim or...
What is the title again?
Flowers in the Dark.
Flowers in the Dark.
Yeah, and there is the kind of a gatha, almost like or a mantra to say like, just to stop sometimes during the day and to say like, just to put your hand on your heart and just, I love you, I'm here for you, it's okay, it's okay. So when I practice like that, then it...
The mantra you take from the book?
Yeah. Yeah, and and what also made a difference, like I think the breakthrough where I realized it can be really unconditional love and in any situation, is that I was during the pandemic I was living alone, and it was very difficult. So I would be really overwhelmed. A lot of the time I would just, at some point, so overwhelmed I start crying, and at some point I just laying on the floor crying of my apartment because there's so much pain and loneliness. And then I realize all of a sudden I'm crying, but there's also a part of my mind that is not crying, it's just observing. And that part of my mind is still no judgment. There's a part of my mind that is like, oh, I'm on the floor crying, it's okay, no problem. And then I realized, actually I can accept almost anything. It's so wonderful because, before I would have these things like, I should not be sad, I should not feel like this, I should, like there's a lot of force. And then I'm like, but it's okay, I understand. It's a difficult situation in the pandemic, and like a small apartment, I could not see my friends. It was a very dark apartment, could not go outside. So then, as I'm multiple times a day laying on the floor crying, I'm like, but I still love myself, it's okay. So this was kind of a breakthrough moment for me.
So it's gradually?
Yeah, gradually, and then there was this one moment where I'm like, I think I found something, like where it's kind of a, when a eureka moment, like, actually I is real, like this, I tell myself, I love you, and then at some point it's real.
So what did you learn from Thai, and what you make you to decide that you come here to be, in the program of the aspirant, so that you can be ordained from Thai?
Yeah.
What you learn from Thai?
So was interesting. I grew up without any kind of religion or spiritual tradition. And I've always thought that Buddhism was the most interesting one because it sounds the most logical to me. But there were some concepts that were really difficult for me, like the notion of karma and rebirth that I did not understand, and the way they are explained, or the way they exist in the collective consciousness here in the West is not. I couldn't connect to it. So then at some point I met somebody who was in the practice, and they sent me some articles by Thai, and then I saw Thai explain, karma is not some kind of cosmic retribution. It's not like you did something bad in your past life and then it's more of a cause and effect. And we are reborn in every moment, and we die every moment, and it's just a continuous stream. And I'm like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. So this, just the way Thai explains the teachings is so clear and so logical in a way that my mind can understand, and then I connect also with the heart. But if my mind cannot connect, then it's difficult for me to connect with my heart because my mind does not make sense.
Okay, in the world nowadays, there are a lot of religion or the master, high master, who can explain about what you have, show you the spiritual way, the path, kind of link to consciousness, for example. They can help you to, to release from your depressing but the question is why you choose the Bloom Village, Chu Thai, why you decide to be ordained? Why? What make you have that kind of decision?
So when I started reading these articles by Thai, I started reading some more books. I read No Mud, No Lotus and The Heart of the Buddha's Teaching. And then I didn't feel the need to look anywhere else. I didn't feel the need to look anywhere else because I felt at home. Something resonates inside. In the summer of 2019, and I think the fourth meeting I facilitated because they went to summer schedule. They wanted to do every other week, and I want to have Sangha every week. So then I had seen how they facilitate, so then I just do it. So I invite the people to come to my house and to have Sangha meeting. I just invite the bell and I'm like, okay, maybe the fourth meeting. Because I really love it so much, I want to have it every week. And then 3 months later, I went to Wake Up Netherlands retreat. It was close to my house. And I met Françoise, who's here also. Françoise is a lay Dharma teacher. She was there. Françoise, yeah, she's a French Dharma teacher. And she transmitted the 5 mindfulness trainings to me. So that was 3 months after I joined the Sangha. And I felt so at home in the Wake Up Sangha. They were still sometimes a bit loud for me. I want more silence, but I cried a lot because I finally felt like I found a community where I can really be myself and be also accepted and loved. be included without having to do all the normal things. Yeah, I don't know. Just a place where I belong. So then I already thought, oh, maybe I should become a nun. But then they said, maybe it's a phase, because many people in the Sangha at some point, at least in my Sangha, many people at some point think, oh, maybe I want to become a monastic. And then they don't. So it's a phase.
You're not sure about yourself, but you want to.
Yeah, okay. So I was not sure, but then I thought, I was still working on my PhD at the time. So I thought, if by the time my PhD is finished, if I want to become a monastic, then I need to prepare. So I started reading, I looked on the internet and I started reading Joyfully Together, Stepping into Freedom, all the books that are listed on the website. And I started making jokes to my family. Maybe I will move, I will shave my head and I will move to France. And then I, just to prepare them, and then after, as time passed, the feeling it didn't change, it didn't go away. So then I let them know I'm serious. I really want to go, and they support me. And then the pandemic made it more difficult because I couldn't come when I wanted to in 2020 for the 21-day retreat. But I went almost every online retreat, and I asked. Yeah, and I ask every retreat. I ask 1 or 2 questions of the monastics. I'm like, okay, please, dear brother, can you stay behind for the Dharma sharing? I have a question. How often can I call my mother? These kinds of practical questions, because I know already a lot from the books. So I have very practical questions, like how does it work when you want to call your family? How often is it allowed? Or because I know in some traditions, your family, you don't see them anymore. It's goodbye, and maybe in 5 years I come back. And but I have a good connection with my mom, with my family. So it's important that I can call her. So these kinds of questions I ask in the online retreat, and then I feel more calm, and then I.
What did they answer?
They said that you can.
They must say you won. You won.
Yeah. They said you can call. They said family is very important in our tradition, so you can call as much as you want.
In your tradition, family is very important too?
No, they said that's what the brothers and the sisters shared with me, that in this tradition, family is very important, so they will allow me to call my family sometimes.
So, concerning the decision to be a nun, what the reaction of your family, your mother, when they heard about that, she heard about that?
Because I prepared my family, because I knew I wanted to ordain, like I have the feeling, so I prepare them by, first I make jokes, and then for half a year I just make jokes.
By that way you communicate your...
Yeah, I plant a seed.
Okay.
And
no,
then,
very smart.
And then because I was not sure, but I thought if I come to the decision, then I want to have them prepared. So I started by making jokes, and then I say at some point I'm serious, and they were supportive, and they were very disappointed with me when the retreat didn't happen. And then I emailed the office, and they told me I can come in June last year. So then I came, and I said, I want to become a monastic, and they said, calm down. So first I was here for 2 months, and then just so for me to see if the monastic life, maybe if the life here is good for me. And then I saw that there's not any conditions that make me not want to become a monastic. So then I came back for the rains retreat. So I went home in August to defend my PhD.
And continue your PhD. When do you finish the PhD?
in August last year. So I was here, and then I had somebody. Yeah, it was half finished because I came here, and then I still had to look at the papers if the book was beautiful, and then so somebody else did was it making the booklet. I need to make a small booklet. Anyway, somebody else was doing most of the job, and then I just go home in August for the ceremony. So then in August I finish.
August 2020,
21. So then I finish my PhD and I come back for the rains retreat. Yes, and then in the rains retreat, at some point, one of the sisters asked, "Okay, so when are you handing in your letter?" I was like, "Oh, finally, I can write my letter." So that was halfway during the rains retreat, so that would be October, somewhere in October.
October
21, yeah.
So this time, do you finish your 3 months aspirant?
Yeah, so I handed in my letter in October, and then they had the meeting at the end of the rains retreat, so it was early December. And then they decided I was accepted, so then I went home to take care of my apartment, to give away all my things, and to celebrate Christmas. I was supposed to come back in January, but then there was some problem with the pandemic. So then I could not come back until the beginning of February. And so then beginning of February we started the aspirancy officially. I don't know, so the aspirancy is until they decide we get ordained, I don't know.
Okay.
Before me, Sister Lamhi and the brothers in Upper Hamlet, they were here already for a long time before they were accepted as aspirants. So their aspirancy was very short. But they make kind of they want to structure it a bit more. So now they decide, okay, we're going to do every year at the end of the rains retreat, you hand in your letter, and then you can go home for a last home visit, and then we start at the beginning of the year. And then I will be ordained maybe in the rains retreat.
So do you have any difficulties or or you enjoy any happiness during the time you stay here this time, the long time, and continuously any difficulty or any enjoyment, anything that you feel during the time that you recently stay here?
So I don't understand the question. So since February or?
Yes, since February,
since February
until now.
Because before I also had some difficulties.
No, just forget it. Just this time.
Okay.
This period of time.
This period of time.
Because you have a lot of experience already, and this time the difficult become less or something like that. Difficulty become less, or the same or something.
So one of the things is quite difficult for me is sometimes learning about the fine manners and all these things like that, because the fine manners is the fine manners. So for example, I learned that before you bow you have to take off your hat because it's respectful, but in my culture doesn't matter. So there's many things like that I need to learn, like how to fold my robe and how to take off the hat, and how to act around my elder sister. And every time I learn something new, I get a little bit anxiety because I'm very afraid of doing it wrong. But because I have the practice, I know it's impermanent. So if I just wait for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then I'm used to it, and I'm no longer anxious, and I can do. I can take off the hat and bow, and I can.
Okay, I mean you solved your problem.
Yeah. I have a gratitude journal, and so I write at night the things I'm grateful for, the things that bring me joy. And you're supposed to write 3 things, but I always write more. And even if it's a difficult day, I see that there's so much.
What is gratitude? What?
gratitude, to be grateful, thankful.
Yeah, but
Journal.
Journal. But you have to write the kind of essays like that.
No, it's not an essay. It's just like a diary. Like a diary. You just write at the end of the day. It was an assignment from my first mentor.
So for the last 6 months, have you ever have something arising that prevent you to go to be a monastic? Anything prevent you during the last 6 months?
Not really. Like sometimes I have some.
Abandoned,
Hmm?
you know.
Yeah. I understand. Sometimes I have some difficulty, but most of the time I'm able to see at that moment I am anxious or I have a lot of thoughts, and I know that if I am patient, probably a solution will come. So I, like with the mindful manners, it's a list of things how you should behave. And for me it's very challenging. So in the beginning I just thought, oh, this is a list of things I have to do, and I don't know if I am capable, if I can do it, because there's so many things, and how am I ever going to remember all of them? And I make so many mistakes because I don't know how to, and I'm so awkward because I'm doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. And so then I could see my mind going like that, but I also know that so then this there, and then there's another part of my mind is still like, but have a lot of faith, some solution will come. And then at some point I was like, I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what, but I'm sure that it will be resolved. And then I talked to my mentor, and she explained a little bit more about the mindful manners, and then I was like, oh, look, it's gone. So it was a lot faster than I expected, but sometimes I have things like that. I see that my understanding is more being that I am reborn in every moment. That Thai teaches a lot of my cells are dying as I sit here, so when the interview began I was a different person, and now I'm a different person in every moment. So part of me is already in the air now, and then what was in the tree is now inside of me. So I see reincarnation more as a continual process. And this is my interpretation of Thai's teachings.
So we're sure that you will become a very great monastic.
Sẽ giúp được nhiều người.
And you can help a lot of people to solve their problem that you used to have before.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bùn là thở, bùn là đi, mình là thở.